Hi everyone, today we're going to be reading The Forgetful Lion King by Orlando, me, Katie M, and Varia. And we start off with chapter 1. Once upon a time, a young lion cub named Simba was destined to become king. Here is his story. Simba was the son of Mufasa and Sarabi and spent his early days playing with his best friend Nala and having hunting lessons with his father. But one day the two cubs have gone way too far from home. Come on, are you a scaredy cat? Simba waved at Nala and urged her to keep up. They walked into the elephant graveyard, a place they were never supposed to go as young cubs. Well, what do we have here? Dinner, perhaps? One by one, hyenas surrounded Simba and Nala. They grinned from ear to ear, for this time their food had come to them on a silver platter. Simba's eyes opened wide. All of his false bravado flew out the window. Nala, I'm scared. I don't want to be food. Simba's body continued to shake as the hyenas took steps closer and closer. Simba, run! Simba's father, Mufasa, sprinted into the middle of the circle and released a huge roar. Tears still in his eyes, Simba yelled, Dad! Get behind me, both of you, now! Mufasa turned to the pack of hyenas inside. He hated fighting, but he knew it was his duty as king to protect his tribe and family. Realization swept across the young lion cub's face. His father was not going to make it out of this. There were far too many hyenas, and Scar, a lion who was expelled from the tribe and who hated Mufasa, was there too. Simba watched on as his father yelled at him, Run, Simba, run! Nala ran as fast as her paws could take her. She looked back at Simba, who was still frozen in fear. Two hyenas chased after her, and she continued to run, scared for her life.
Tears running down his face, Simba turned tail and ran. It's all my fault. I made Nala go to the elephant graveyard. Simba looked up. He realized he had no idea where he was. There he is, over here. The hyenas spotted him and resumed their pursuit. Simba kept running. He ran and ran. He couldn't stop. He didn't want to think about what had just happened. He didn't see the tree until it was too late. Whoosh! Everything went black. Simba opened his eyes slowly. Ow! His head hurt. What happened? He couldn't seem to remember. He got up and went to look for his parents. Where did his toys go? Where was he? So many questions, and his head hurt. Hey, hey, you! Yes, you! What are you doing here? I've never seen a lion in the jungle before. Two strange-looking animals approached Simba and introduced themselves as Timon and Pumbaa. Confused, Simba reached his paw out to give a handshake. Had his paw always been this big? Where am I? Timon and Pumbaa smirked at each other. You're in the land of Hakuna Matata. It means no worries for the rest of your days. 5 years later, Simba smiled as Timon and Pumbaa chased around the fire. He still had no idea how he got here, but knew that this was his home. I'm going to grab some food. You all stay here. Simba quietly stalked his prey, preparing to pounce. It always surprised him how good he was at hunting, even though he did not remember practicing. The leaves on the bush next to him rustled.
A beautiful lioness jumped out and pounced on the prey. Hey, that's my prey. Simba slowly walked out of the bushes and glared at the lioness. Bewildered, Nala rubbed her eyes in disbelief. Simba, is that you? Simba closed his eyes and opened them again, hoping that it was all a dream. I don't know who you are or why you know my name. Please leave me alone. A confused Simba dragged his paws as he headed home. Hey, hey, wait up, Simba. I told you already. Leave me alone. But Scar, the pride, you can help them. It's your birthright. Simba continued to walk home. Your father would have wanted it. Simba sighed. He turned around and glared at Nala. If my father wanted me to do something, couldn't he have asked me himself? Shocked, Nala watched as Simba continued to walk away. A week later, Nala watched on as Simba took it all in. She had just explained to him everything that had happened the day his father died. And Simba seemed to not remember any of it. He didn't even remember her. Nala told him about the suffering of the tribe after Scar became king. She talked about the challenges everyone faced after the incident on that day. Simba got up. Take me to where Scar is. Even if I don't know him, it's not right to let other lions suffer. Timon and Pumbaa cheered on as Simba and Nala walked back to their home. Simba took over as king and became a noble, decisive, and wise king of the pride. Everyone's life moved on, and all ended happily ever after. The end. And next, we'll be walking through a Simba's character analysis.
So Simba's character profile. Simba is a young lion cub who receives brain trauma from running into a tree. The damage was mostly concentrated in the prefrontal cortex, the area associated with declarative memory. There was no significant injury to the hippocampus, as Simba was still able to form new memories and could even remember a little of his early life way back prior to the injury. At this time, his procedural memory remained intact because he still remembered the hunting skills learned from his father before the incident, though he could not remember why he was such a good hunter. What is retrograde amnesia? Amnesia is a serious memory loss. Retrograde amnesia is a type of amnesia that leads to memory loss of events before the accident or incident of the brain damage. What is different about this type of amnesia is that people diagnosed are still able to make new memories and retain them after the incident. However, they are not able to remember much of their lives before, though a majority of patients can recall memories from early childhood. Case history. Patient suffered brain trauma from falling and hitting an object. The procedural memory is intact, and he still knows how to hunt. Patient was asked about the past, was able to remember a few early on memories, but nothing closer to the onset of the injury. He's still able to create new memories after the incident. And lastly, he didn't even know that his dad died. Treatment of retrograde amnesia. There are multiple ways that patients with retrograde amnesia can try to help relieve some of the problems and stresses that arise with this amnesia, but there is currently no medication or showing effective treatment for it. First, patients can try psychotherapy, which consists of going to therapists to talk about past memories and how they're feeling. This may not help to retreat some of the memories and create new paths for retrieval, but also make sure that patients do not develop anxiety or depression due to the distress from the memory loss. Second, patients can use occupational therapy to help learn a new skill and be able to practice doing specific tasks and lock into their new memory. And for potential future solutions, maybe in the future, brain-computer interface technology can be employed to transfer memories from patients' family members and people who witnessed the event to those suffering from amnesia. This way, they can regain some memories about their lives prior to the accident and what happened to them during the accident. However, caution needs to be exercised if using BCI and ethical issues considered. For example, regaining memories from a traumatic event can cause further mental issues like PTSD. Furthermore, acquiring memories about their lives prior to the accident would not to be those of the patient, which can also trigger psychological discomfort and loss of identity. And thank you for listening to our presentation.